You are going to be in a disadvantage in the bot lane when you go against Doublelift.
He's looking for Bjergsen.
I think Doublelift in many ways is close to everything you want in an AD carry.
Trades his life, but it's Doublelift. Gets the GA. Double killing them all. Kills everybody. They've got 3.
He always tells you exactly what he's feeling, whether it's to his detriment or not.
I feel bad for Sven especially because all the fans just say, man, the team was so much better when Doublelift was here, and it must make him feel like shit all the time.
He's gotten increasingly better of towing the line between being risky enough to deal damage, but safe enough to not die.
A few more kills for Doublelift on Ash. Is it the last shot? Doublelift gets a pentakill. Doublelift is gonna get a penta. Triple kill for this. The 1 kill. Penta for double. Pentakill. Doublelift.
Is secured. That is a quadra kill.
You know, someone says, oh, I'm better than you. I'm like, no, you're not.
Do they turn around for the kill? Hans are fighting a minion. Almost goes down. Doublelift breaks up the pentakill. Zion, Spartan, and Doublelift cleaning up the crew. The janitorial duty onto Dyrus. That's going to go over to Pobelter. No, it's a triple kill for Doublelift. Here we go. Hans is in. Look at Mark. Oh, he gets it. That's 1,000 kills. Doublelift. And that's it. 1,000 kills for his career.
Everyone else is trash.
Yiliang Doublelift Peng knows he's a superstar and isn't afraid to tell you about it.
Everyone else is trash. Right here on the show.
Everyone else is trash.
After all, he started his League of Legends career as a top-level solo queue player and a streamer that players across the lane feared. Doublelift discovered his passion for gaming at a young age with nostalgic staples like Star Fox and GoldenEye on the N64. He also took interest in magic tricks, which is where he first got his name.
You show somebody their card, it's on top, you take that card and you put it in the middle of the deck, and you just tap the deck and it's back on top. That's like the staple of card magic, essentially, and that's how I got my name.
He then gained access to a machine that would change his life forever. First came the likes of World of Warcraft and StarCraft, and eventually, League of Legends. Doublelift had met Hotshot GG, the streamer and owner of CounterLogic Gaming, in early 2011, when the two duoed together in solo queue. And it was that relationship with Hotshot that eventually landed Doublelift a spot as a substitute on CLG's roster.
Oh my fucking god, Doublelift is a fucking god. He is god.
He bounced from team to team early on in his career and attended the first World Championship in 2011 as a support for Epic Games.
I can't really hate, but he's going to be, oh, cool, Doublelift. There we go. Yeah, and yep, there's applause in the audience. Doublelift going to have Blitzcrank picked up.
But it was that same love for games that led to the first hiccup on Doublelift's path to the top.
I didn't have any real life skills. I didn't have any experience with culture because I was pretty sheltered growing up. So yeah, I was pretty bad at life. I mean, I didn't have any experience doing anything except for sitting at my computer and playing games.
After a disagreement with his parents left him without a place to stay before college, he reached out to the League community to find a temporary home. After a few DMs on Reddit, a trip down the California highway, and some mac and cheese, Travis Gafford and Doublelift became roommates.
So I offered him a place to stay, reached out to him, and sent him a private message on Reddit, and then didn't hear back from him. And so then the next day, he makes another thread. That's like a follow-up. I posted in the thread and then private messaged him again. All of a sudden, I got off of work. It was the afternoon of that day, and got a message from him. It's like, that's great, dude.
With hardly any clothes or money to his name, Doublelift joined Unrestricted Gaming, which later became Team Curse.
Being on Curse, they're a really rich organization, and I just so lucked out. I made guides and I made content for them, and I got paid a lot of money.
In November 2011, Doublelift landed himself a role that would go on to define the early portion of his career, CLG's starting AD carry.
The ult on him, but Batoy, flash, auto attack, Doublelift's gonna get the kill under support. Here comes the Ezreal ult, not enough to kill Doublelift. The lifesteal is too big. The Lock's laser not gonna be getting Doublelift either.
And it was with CLG where Doublelift became known as a force to be reckoned with. He possessed a level of mechanical skill and a proactive playstyle that stood out amongst his peers. And of course, an aura of confidence that very quickly made him a fan favorite.
I just really like the feeling of shutting people up. You know, someone says, oh, I'm better than you. I'm like, no, you're not.
That said, Doublelift never seemed to forget where he came from and was widely loved for his willingness to share that with his fans.
This experience that I've had in the last couple of years has changed me so much. Like, if I didn't do this, I would still be really sheltered and dumb about everything, and I would never have the experience to, like, go out and, like, have fans and just be, like, a celebrity and just travel across the world, go to all these new places, meet all these people. I would still be really awkward. I'd still be really ugly and fat.
CLG were certainly a fan favorite team early on, and the fires of that fandom were only further stoked by their heated rivalry with Team Solo Mid.
Congratulations on your win recently against TSM, so I guess that makes it 4-0 against TSM. What makes them so easy for you guys?
Well, they're just free SM, you know?
Doublelift quickly developed into a franchise player by the time the LCS started in 2013. So much so that CLG popularized the Protect Doublelift strat, where they would literally draft a team composition around feeding him.
We do have the teleport coming in from Chris. Is he going to be able to get the twisted advance onto Doublelift? They need to shut him down early on. He's being caught up. Is he going to die here? The wild growth comes through. Look at all the shields. Curse Academy are trying to get onto him. The Culling's there as well. They've wasted everything on Doublelift. He's still on half health. CLG's here. Links on the other side. 3 more. Shockwave. The dissonance destroying the AD carry. Everyone on Curse Academy is melting. Keen's wondering where the heck his team went. Trying to kite through. CLG. There's the cocoon. Keen's going to go down. That's the ace, and that's going to be Baron.
In preparation for that first LCS split, the team shuffled their roster quite a bit and brought in Aphromoo, a support player and streamer with a large personality. Together, they would form one of the most potent bot lane duos in NA.
Oh, there it is. They're going for it. The exhaust goes down on Explosive. The Dazzle was there, and the final hits will be for Doublelift. First blood for CLG. There's a flash. There it is. The headbutt as well. He's going to get... Oh, wow. They put everything on him. Cleanse or not, and they find the first blood coming in for Doublelift.
Aphromoo was the shot caller the team needed, and his team-first mentality paired nicely with Doublelift's aggressive gameplay. While Doublelift was your traditional franchise player on the Rift, there seemed to be something different that separated him from other great NA players. He had the kind of larger-than-life personality that transcended the game.
Also congratulate you on your 500th regular season kill in 100 games. You're the first player in the North American LCS to do so. How does it feel?
Oh boy! Cool. That's awesome. I'm the best. I already knew that.
Doublelift was hungry in an exceptional way. And when he flashed forward in the bot lane, it was the same way he'd bite back in interviews or talk smack on the stage.
I think other people, they didn't have to, like, fight to survive, you know? Like, they didn't... Like, when I became a pro, it was all I had. And it still is all I have, because if I fail at being a pro and I'm not the best and I'm not the most successful, then I feel like I, like, left home for nothing. I'm always giving it 100% because I know I have nothing. If my pro gaming thing is gone, I'll just be nobody.
CLG made strides in 2014, but failed to compete for the LCS title that Hotshot and Doublelift so desperately wanted. And at the end of 2014, the organization revamped their roster. CLG and Doublelift came out of the gates blazing in the 2015 spring split. But it remained to be seen if CLG could compete with NA's best when it came to playoff time. And well, it turned out they couldn't. CLG was upset by Team Liquid in what was one of the most heartbreaking letdowns in franchise history.
But CLG is such a big brand here in the North American LCS, and again, they have undershot expectations in the playoffs.
But Doublelift's journey with CLG wasn't done just yet. CLG looked strong in the summer split and primed to make another playoff run.
Balls goes down before being able to put out anything. A possible pentakill here for Doublelift. That's a triple. Meteos is close. Chrono breaks back right in favor of Quadra. There it is. A few more kills for Doublelift on Ash. Is it the last shot? Doublelift gets a pentakill, shutting down Sneaky.
After the dust from the regular season settled, CLG received the first round bye before sweeping Team Impulse with ease to earn themselves a spot in the NALCS Summer Finals at Madison Square Garden. And staring back at them, on the opposite side of the rift was one of the most storied teams in NALCS history, and CLG's greatest rival, Team Solo Mid.
This is going to be a close series. We
are very likely to go the distance, and I hope we do. This is a rivalry that always gets the fans hyped and has been a part of the LCS, well, since before there even was an LCS.
See if he can help the team.
That's a big
Winter's bite onto Bjergsen. 3-man shockwave. Where's the answer? TSM is not in the right position to get the attacks on the priority targets. It's CLG that's able now to push them right over in their own command shockwave engage. Zion, Spartan, and Doublelift cleaning up the crew. The janitorial duty onto Dyrus. That's going to go over to Pobelter. No, it's a triple kill for Doublelift.
CLG completely cleans house, and it all started with the Braum Q onto Bjergsen.
In the right spot. That kill going to them, but Dyrus has also fallen. That's going to be Pobelter going down. Way too close now for CLG. Triple kill for Turtle. Looking for the Quadra. Not going to get it that time. It's a triple for Doublelift. He's looking for Bjergsen. Doublelift's going to clean one up. 40 seconds on the clock, boys.
And the faithful shall be rewarded. CLG take the inhibitor. They're going to take the Nexus turrets, and they're going to take a trip to Worlds.
This is going to be it. Counter Logic Gaming fighting every season since there has been one, and now taking down Team Solo Mid at Madison Square Garden to be your 2015 Summer Split Champions.
A well-earned trio by CLG.
CLG were put through the eSports wood chipper for years, constantly playing the part of that beloved team that could never quite get there. But they did what they had to do, and at the end, rose a star.
I'm speechless. It's been years of blood, sweat, and tears for all of us. Sorry, my throat's shot. But it's truly magical to be here. Thank you.
The kind of player that could define a generation of North American League of Legends. The face of CLG and North America's best AD carry. But the night that Worlds 2015 ended, everything changed.
Hey, my name is Doublelift, and starting today, I'll be a part of TSM.
As Doublelift became one of the best players in the league, his personality grew just as fast. He possessed the kind of untouchable arrogance that you need to play with the confidence he did. But it didn't stop when the Nexus exploded. Their in-game synergy was undeniable, but outside of the game, Doublelift's strong personality had taken its toll, which prompted Aphromoo to make a call.
Aphro went to the org, and he said, it's either me or him, referring to me. And I'm not playing with Peter next year. Over the 4 years, I had a really negative attitude, and I would bring people down, and I wouldn't trust them. I was loyal to the team, and I'd been sticking with the team for 4 years. This is a team that I grew with, and I was committed to grow with for forever. But the sad thing is, honestly, they weren't committed back.
All bad blood aside, Doublelift had new goals with a new team.
So I think our goals are in perfect alignment. I just want to do the most that I possibly can at an international level, and that's what Andy and Bjergsen have promised me that their goals are too.
He was kicked from his first ever LCS team and joined their greatest rival, and showed everyone he'd do anything to achieve his goals. TSM were always looked at as a domestic super team of sorts, and pairing the likes of Doublelift with Bjergsen gave North American fans hope on the international stage.
Both TSM and CLG were humbled at Worlds, but they've also both made some huge changes in the off-season. TSM in particular made a big push to bring in a lot of high-caliber starters, including Fnatic's veteran shot caller Yellow Star as support, and one of the more surprising moves, CLG's own longtime carry Doublelift.
But at the beginning of 2016, Doublelift and TSM did not look like the powerhouse everyone expected them to be, and finished that first split in 6th place, TSM's worst finish in LCS history.
If you look at the plaques behind us, TSM have won half of all North American LCS splits.
They've won
3.
3, yeah.
And
you're right.
now they come into playoffs as the lowest possible seed, 9-9. Not the record you expect when you pull these all-stars together. TSM have to hope they can pull it back together.
But they bounced back in a big way come playoffs, defeating both Cloud9 and Immortals en route to a clash against a familiar foe in the finals.
Bjergsen is low. Oh, he takes it! Gets it up, but QS is out. He's still gonna tag. He's trying to reset. He's going in for the reset. Yellow Star got another one. He's going for 3. Stick save. They can go in. Stada. Smithy's popping up from his GA. Svenskera's gonna try and stop him, but he's the only one
He's gonna go down! That's it! The ace for CLG! The cleanup from Stixay!
And CLG proved you can change the players, but the faith remains!
The Rage Blade Tristana from Stixay put it all in his hands. Give him the rapid fire, give him the resets, and give him his first ever North American Championship in his first season on CLG.
After a tough loss at the hands of their biggest rival, TSM were on a mission in the summer split. They went 17-1 in the regular season after adding Biofrost, and followed that up with a near-flawless run to win the split.
Now can they have the follow-up damage? A couple of stuns come in, they've got Bjergsen, and they shut him down with a 1600 damage crit.
Can they get double?
Is low. Meteos, another knockup, trades his life, but it's time.
Doublelift!
Gets the GA. Double
killing them all!
kills everybody. They've got 3. Impact goes down, and ace for TSM. The ceremonial taking of the Nexus turrets, nothing to stand in their way as TSM cement themselves as the most dominant organization in North American League of Legends and win their 4th North American Championship.
Now it's either C9 or Immortals. Maybe it's like a maybe it's Envy, but those are the two you look at. And yes, TSM can rightly hoist that trophy as the top dogs of North America.
With TSM, it felt a little bit less like the Doublelift show, and he became a more mature and team-focused player.
You guys already punched a ticket to Worlds, but you just stamped it. First seed for North America. You will be representing us at the World Championship in that Pool A. How far does this TSM go?
I could not have been prouder of my teammates. Like, everyone stepped up to the plate when it really mattered. Like, I'm super proud to be able to represent NA. I'm really happy that I was able to play in Canada, which was like in a long time coming to have an esports event. And I'm just gonna do you guys proud at Worlds.
Heading into Worlds, TSM were considered to be the most talented roster that North America had ever assembled. But once again, they were simply outclassed on the biggest stage and failed to make it out of groups.
One Baron buff is available. The inhibitor's being dropped. Once that goes down, Royal never give up. Look to set their sights on the Nexus. Uzi gets himself the 4th. The Nexus is going down. And Team Solo Mid, their hopes, their dreams, they're done. Royal advance to Chicago.
It was no secret that TSM had gone all in during 2016. They knew they had to do something different to make a mark at Worlds, and their choice was to practice more than any North American team ever had. And, well, they were burnt out.
After we lost in 2016, Peter and Andy, they took me aside and they talked to me, and Peter said, "Oh, Spring Split sucks. I want to be a streamer. You know, I'm going to make a lot of money. I'm going to rest up, and then I'm going to come back." And he really wanted me to do it. And Andy said, "You know, if this is what you want to do, then you can, and we'll tank Spring Split, or we'll find the best suitable players that we can." But it didn't cross my mind for a second. It just, the fact that we performed so poorly in 2016 Worlds, or at least we didn't perform near any of my expectations, I just couldn't see myself taking really any time off at all.
So he decided to leave TSM and spend the immediate future streaming.
I don't like to use the word burnt out because I think it's pretty overused, but I have been working tirelessly for a quarter of my life on this project, on fulfilling my dream. And I will be taking a break for a spring split, but I do plan to come back for summer.
For as long as he's been a pro player, Doublelift has maintained a relatively consistent streaming life on Twitch, and it's become synonymous with his lifestyle.
Alright, let's fucking kill Cutie Pie.
Much like his bot lane counterpart Sneaky, Doublelift is the kind of larger-than-life personality that has managed to transcend professional play. He's loved on Twitch for his trash talk.
Like, how bad can you possibly be when you think like 80 carries and you fucking buffs on this patch? Just unbelievable.
His highlight reel plays, and being the kind of player that fans both love to watch
95, baby!
and love to hate.
Thanks for the sub, you love my cock. Wait. I need to say these names out of my head before
As you may have suspected with someone who is as competitive as Doublelift is, his break from the game didn't last long.
I was watching it, I'm like, this feels weird. It feels like I belong there. Like, it just feels weird to watch LCS, and I'm not a part of LCS.
He returned to the LCS Rift that same split in spring 2017 to help Team Liquid avoid relegation.
I guess like bringing Doublelift at the last point really helped us. I feel like we would have not make out of the relegation match with a Doublelift, so really thankful for him to saving my job.
And then promptly returned to TSM, where he helped them win the summer split.
TSM cement themselves as the greatest team North America has ever seen. 6 championships and 10 splits. They have never missed a final. They have never missed Worlds. And they are once again your North American champions.
But again, at Worlds, it just wasn't enough.
And EU beats NA on the day. Not just once, though. TSM may have beaten them in the first game this time, but revenge is there for all of Europe, it seems.
Elation for Misfits, for Europe, and agony in defeat here for TSM. Again, out in group stages in Worlds 2017. Last year, same roster, high expectations, not able to get past groups.
Unfortunately for Doublelift, this would go on to become a defining characteristic of his career. He's the single most dominant AD carry in NALCS history, and on paper, a world-class talent. But regardless of his supporting cast, he has failed to make it outside of the group stage in a Riot-hosted international event. For as much as he was defined by his massive regional success, it was all mirrored by his failure to make his mark on the world stage. And when 2017 came to a close, Doublelift received shocking news. He learned he was being replaced by Sven on TSM through a Reddit post. Doublelift returned to familiar territory during the 2017 offseason. That same Team Liquid squad he'd helped avoid relegation were looking to assemble a super team, and they wanted Doublelift.
As for the rest of TSM, I'm planning on just destroying them this whole year. I hope Team Liquid can have a perfect record against TSM, shit on them in the finals if they make it there. I want to absolutely demolish TSM's legacy and make sure that they regret that decision.
During the 2017 offseason, the league adopted a franchise model, and what this meant for him was quite simple: a lot of job security.
This is my 8th season, and this one feels different because of franchising. The stakes are so much higher. I have a lot more pride in being an American player now, especially like a homegrown talent, I guess.
And in 2018, Team Liquid were exactly as advertised. They had it all: the swagger,
Baron 1/4 HP, very, very low. Smithy wanting to go over the wall.
Oh,
He got it! That's Smithy with the steal!
Oh my god, and he gets out!
the teamwork,
Someday in Pobelter, toe-to-toe. Ooh, those hyper hits. Knocks him back. Ooh, flies forward, and Pobelter fast finger flashes out of that Gnar ultimate.
the star power,
Still needs to dish out damage. Impact pretty tanky as Lolo's in as well. Meganav's impact into the wall. Definitely does finally get the sniper. Kongmo down to the Trist. Reset jump stare as a pop from Matt. He's going to just leave him for dead. A huge massacre in the bot lane. 3 for 1.
and the ability to rally from behind.
A lot of ults still available. Here comes Tom Kench to rejoin the fray. Jensen in the front line gets rid of the wave clear. And looks like it's going to be the big play. And a Pobelter finds a 2-man shuffle. They got the pullback and 2 kills already, Liquid. That was absolutely beautiful.
After winning their semi-final match, Doublelift received some life-changing news.
Tonight, an Orange County neighborhood is in shock after a mother is murdered and police arrest her son for killing her.
This all took place here at the corner of Winsong Drive just before 10:30 last night.
30-year-old Yihong Peng, seen in this booking photo, is in jail tonight, accused of fatally stabbing his mom and critically injuring his dad.
Thank you for calling Mission Hospital in Mission, Viejo. If your call is in regard to a patient, please say patient information.
Patient information. Hi, my name is Yiliang Peng. I'm the son of the 2 adults who were stabbed.
His older brother had attacked both of his parents with a knife, resulting in the death of his mother. The tragedy sent the entire LCS community reeling.
When I found out that Peter's mom had passed away,
And then later, once I found out the manner in which she passed, my immediate thought was, how can I help? What can I do?
All of our thoughts are with Doublelift to see how he handles the emotions.
I was worried. Even if he say he cannot play, I will understand.
But a week after his world was turned upside down, Doublelift was back on stage doing what he loved.
His story began with him leaving his family and then finding support from the community. And so for Peter, you know, it makes sense that one, he would want to compete, and two, that the audience would support him so much in that.
I think the most practical thing when you're going through something really hard is just to try to move on.
But in Doublelift's mind, playing in the finals was never in question.
I remember one of the first things Steve did was like, hey, if you need anything, like if you don't want to play, then that's absolutely like 100% okay. You don't need to feel like indebted or anything. And I was like incredulous, like what? What do you mean? Like I'm not gonna play? Like why would I not play?
It might be Liquid, who's found 100 things. Spot! A 4-man shuffle finds them all. There goes Xmithy, able to go in, able to find the pull, destroys Ryu, and that's one of your carries already out of the picture. 100 Thieves in some trouble, gonna be taken even lower. Aphromoo already taken down. It's a double for Doublelift. Someday now the target on the front line, a double kill for Doublelift. Ryu is the last man standing, but he shall not stand for long. They've all been to the final stage before, and now they'll be there victorious together as Team Liquid are your North American LCS Spring Split Champions.
Liquid would go on to take down the spring title, and then the summer title too.
A giant knockback for Xmithy. That's 2 more kills for TL. A double for Doublelift that is disappearing in front of him. The next is open. There is no defense. Svenskeren shows up, but the base will fall. Back-to-back sweeps. TL's the best team in North America.
At the mid-season invitational, TL looked to be one of the strongest NA teams ever. And well, they just didn't perform.
This could almost be a draw. Oh, it's not going to matter. 4 in a row for the MVP of the European LCS, and Reckless and the rest of the team will send themselves to the knockout stage. They will extinguish Team Liquid's hope. Fnatic make it to the top 4. They're going to Paris.
And this trend continued in South Korea.
It's good to have high expectations of the teams that you want to see succeed. Like, it's not acceptable that I go to Worlds every year as the first seed, and I shit the bed, and I never perform, and my team never makes it out of groups, and yeah, I mean, geez, I didn't think I was gonna get emotional, actually.
Oh, that's all right.
No, but like, it's been 8 years, and I can't do this thing, but I'm never gonna give up, so that's what I want to say.
In a year where the West made the biggest impact it has ever made at Worlds, with Cloud9 reaching the semis and Fnatic losing to IG in the finals, Liquid and Doublelift, supposedly America's hope, were nowhere to be found. So far in 2019, Doublelift and Liquid look even more dominant than last year. They're the clear favorites to win the spring split, and that familiar feeling of a potential for international success is present once again with the addition of former world champion CoreJJ.
Doublelift is going to come in, CoreJJ and friends. There we go, on the hunt. Team Liquid looks to make their play. They're going to get Ole away from Deathly first, so we cannot use the Devour to save the AD carry. Well coordinated, well done, well played. It's 2 kills to Team Liquid.
Double Polarizer jumping on. They will take down the Cinder. That's Jensen dead. Ulti there from CoreJJ finds a pretty good set of knockups to Doublelift. Is left a free hit here in the front of the fight. An ulti from Impact will steal the rest of the team fight. Damage back down, but I think they'll be able to finish off the kills. Huni does die. That's an ace for Team Liquid.
But that's only led to disappointment historically. Doublelift might just be the most storied player in the history of North American League of Legends. He's the first player to win a trophy with 3 different teams. He holds countless records.
And they're gonna try it.
Oh, they went in too early. They're about to go mega.
Here we go. Hunt is in. Looking for it. Oh,
he gets it!
That's 1,000 kills.
Doublelift.
And that's it.
1,000 kills.
And has shown a flair for the dramatic that the esports world craves.
It would feel good to come home into the arms of, all this hype and fame that we just got. It would feel a lot better if we just crushed these smug Asians.
But if we know anything about Doublelift, as far as he's concerned, all that is trash.
Everyone else is trash. Right here on the street.
Everyone else is trash.
Because this kid who left home, was homeless, became the best player in the LCS but could never win a title, and then won 5 titles and became one of the faces of the league, never stops asking for more from himself. He's shown us the light.
Doublelift gets a pentakill, shutting down Sneaky!
And we've seen him in darkness.
Like, it's been 8 years, and I can't do this thing, but I'm never gonna give up, so.
There's just one more mountain to climb. Thanks for watching. If you want more great content just like this, be sure to hit the subscribe button.